Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, today we have a super unique trio of triple calendar watches from Jaeger Lecoultre. One of the most prestigious and one of the best values really in fine Swiss watchmaking has got to be Jaeger Lecoultre, and one of their real flagship models today is got to be the Master Calendar. The Master series in general is their pretty straightforward round dress pieces. Really iconic, really versatile type of look. And it might surprise you to know that you would think that this is a model that's been around forever, but Jaeger actually did not introduce this until the early 90s. So this is pretty young as far as fine Swiss dress watches go, but they have an absolutely timeless look, and that's a testament to that. And we have three really unique additions here that I cannot wait to share with you, all of them super, super special in their own way. The first one I'm going to grab here is one that I think we may have done before, but this is a little bit different in terms of the dial. This is a METEORITE dial. This is something that's been done by several different brands before in a variety of watches. I tend to see them more in sport watches, so JLC is a bit on an island here and putting it on a dress watch. But the good news is this is still super clean looking. METEORITE dials are known for having like just crazy lines and a metallic sort of finish that goes in every which direction, which does lend itself pretty well to a sport watch. This is a bit more subtle though. You definitely do get the different lines and sort of a frantic motif of lines going in a variety of different directions. But the color is pretty smooth, not super, not super ragged or jagged or anything like that. So it actually goes very well on a dress watch like this, more so than say, I think a Rolex METEORITE dial, or even one that Omega has used in their Speedmasters before. Definitely more of a darker color. This color goes very well with a dress watch, sort of like the Master Calendar here. And the reason it's called a calendar is that this is a triple calendar movement, and you can see this on the dial here. I really love the way that they lay the sort of information out that this dial is supposed to show. They have the day of the week and the month itself here, sort of in the middle on the upper half of the dial, and that is pretty unique. They also do have a moon phase and an offset second hand here at 6, and then the date is registered actually in a ring around the exterior of the dial too. So that's really unique. Still a very clean look, and you're able to get a ton of information on this watch without making it look too cluttered or anything like that. And that's something also that with a METEORITE dial, if this wasn't done as well as it was, could come out looking very, very cluttered. Another thing that all three of these are going to have in common, which I'll go ahead and show you on this one, is an exhibition case back, which again, you kind of know that it's going to be a really prestigious brand and a prestigious model. If they're going to put an exhibition case back in the back of a dress watch, that's something that a lot of brands might not necessarily care too much about, but this is an automatic movement in a 39 millimeter case, so a decent size for a dress watch too. That's probably one of the more modern things about the Master Calendar, and this is just an absolutely beautiful movement here. We actually have sort of a two-tone rotor here, which I've not seen. So this is steel with what looks to be a rose gold lip around the outside of it. So that's another really unique thing about this watch, and something, some really fun details that JLC can put in their dress watches, something that might seem a little plain to some people. Oh, one other thing about the side of this case, because obviously you have so much information on this dial to control, you actually manipulate it three different ways. One through the crown, which is a bit more traditional, and then you can actually change, I believe, the day and the day of the week using these little push pins here on the side, or these little push buttons, which you can use with a small plastic tool or even a toothpick that I've seen a lot of people use, which is, again, makes it very easy to manipulate this pretty quickly to get the right time and date. That's especially if you are not putting this on a watch winder, or if you just have a large collection and, sometimes some of your watches might, the calendar might go out of date. Now, this next one is a beautiful color, and this one's actually even a little more unique than a METEORITE dial, if you can believe that. This is a limited edition to 100 pieces in this blue dial, and this blue dial is absolutely gorgeous. It is not very metallic. It is a completely sort of, it's still a little reflective, but still very dark navy blue. So this is something that is going to look so great as a dress watch. If you own any blue coats or any blue suits, this is a watch that is going to get a ton of wrist time every time that you get those out. Otherwise, this is a pretty straightforward moon phase. The moon phase actually does have a blue background, which does make it a little harder to see than on the METEORITE dial or this other one here that that I'm going to get into. But the good news about a moon phase is it's pretty much there to be aesthetic. I don't know anyone whose job really requires them to know the moon phase, but hey, if you do, then consider wearing this watch to work because it will do it for you. Everything else here pretty much the same. Deployant clasp, beautiful exhibition case back with the same type of movement. But again, if you really love this color, do not pass this up because this is one of 100 that they've ever made with this triple calendar complication in this color. So already a very, very prestigious piece already on its own. And then the last one here is going to be probably the most impressive of all because this is going to have all the same things, same layout, same movement, same beautiful 39 millimeter case. This one is in 18 karat white gold, however, so just a little bit more elegant, and also going to have more of a grainy color on the dial. And that is something that's going to be a bit more reminiscent of, say, like a Cartier dial or something. Not something I see on a lot of JLC, so that's just another testament to how unique this piece is. But I also really, if you really want the contrast on that moon phase, please consider this white gold piece because the moon phase here at 6 o'clock doesn't really get lost, one, in sharing the blue background with the dial, or in some of the motif and the pattern that you get on the METEORITE dial can make it a little harder to notice those details. So if you really want the cleanest, the most traditional and elegant looking dress piece, well, of course, you only got to go with white gold. It makes sense. But any one of these pieces are in stock and ready to ship today. We've probably got the best selection of dress pieces online. So if you were looking for something really fancy to make an impression at that next event, we've got these. We've got so many other brands too. So give us a call today and see what we've got in store for you at SwissWatchExpo.com.